Hi, welcome to Kabayala, where real yoga is taught to real people. My name is Agosta. We are going to practice today a sequence for headaches. You are going to need a wall by a chair, some blankets, also straps, yoga straps or ties, and you may also need a yoga block or a book. You can see the poses and see how I made them work, and then you can see what you have at home and you use what you have. You can also use pillows or even the pillows they use for your couches. So let's get started. Well, first of all, make sure that your lighting is not really bright. I have more light here just so you guys can see me better, but for headaches it's always better to have a really kind of dark room, so you can go ahead and prepare a room where it's not really bright. And then we're going to get a couple pillows, or you can also have a bolster maybe, or yoga blankets, and just prepare this way. Prepare it this way. So you will have the bolster. We're going to put it in this way, so it's crossing along the mat. And then you're going to grab your blanket or a couple blankets, any blanket that you have at home, and just do a little roll, almost like a egg roll in big size. And you're going to cross it on top, like if we're a cross. And then you're going to have another blanket around, close by, in case that you need something for your head. If it's hard for you to reach the head with the head into the mat, you can always have something by in case that you need. So I'll have mine in there, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to sit, placing my buttocks the closest possible to the blanket that it's on top, and then bending the legs, going down really slowly. See if you can sit maybe a little bit on top of the edge. So you are going up a little bit, and then slowly go down, and then you will look. So you can have your head, if you touch the ground, have it there. If not, just get a blanket or something just to support the head. So this is a black bend supported. So see that your legs extend, your arms go to the sides. You just stay here for a moment. If you feel like your hips are in the air and it's uncomfortable, you can always place another blanket. So you gotta think about being supported everywhere. So we're having a very soft back bend, stretching the abdomen, and we don't do anything. We can close the eyes and just relax. Allowing the body just stretch, and the head is supported. And you can stay here 5 minutes. I'm not going to stay here 5 minutes, so you don't have to be all day watching me enjoying this pose, but you know that you can stay there 5 minutes. Or until you start feeling uncomfortable, if you feel uncomfortable. It truly is a very comfortable pose. It helps relax the neck, because the fact that I have my head a little tilted back, it helps to relax my neck, especially if your headache comes from tension headaches. This is a really good one. And then to come up to this pose, slowly you bend your legs, and then you are pushing with the legs, coming towards the ground behind you, so dragging yourself until your head is totally supported, and then using your feet you push up, and you can remove maybe the blanket there under you, and then slowly stretch, and then we bend the legs, and we're going to roll to the side and push up with the top hand to come up. The next pose that I want to show you, you are going to use a chair. So I have a kitchen chair, so those chairs that we use for parties, you know, these black chairs. And you're going to take it and place it upside down this way. And then you're going to get a hold of your blankets or bolster or anything that you can place to support your back against that chair. You can also put more than one. If you feel you need a lot, you use a lot. If you feel that you need more support for your head, you do like a little pillow for your head. See, I like to do mine that way. And then I am going to use 2 straps. So this is how they go. First of all, I will sit closer to the bolster, and I'm going to bring the feet together, the soles of the feet are together, and I already strap my straps this way so I can pull like this and make a smaller seam. So this is because I'm going to place them around my leg, and I'll take a picture of this so you guys can see how it looks closer. And then I will pull with the strap so my legs are together without me having to do much. And then I do the other one so I don't have to hold my legs like this. They're held by the belt. Make sure they put it up the closest possible to the crease of the hip. So I'm going to take it a little higher. There you go. And if you have knee problems, you can always place blocks or books, something under your knees. And then feet are together, the soles of the feet are touching, and then slowly I lay back and supporting my head. Like that. The palms are facing the ceiling. And I focus into how you're breathing. Inhaling in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just take a few minutes here, maybe 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. And just breathing, just relaxing, allowing your mind to reach some peace. Even though when we have headaches, it's really hard, but a quiet, relaxing time always helps. And then to come out of this pose, we will first remove the straps. So we loosen the strap, we loosen them and remove one at a time. And then remove the blocks and bring the knees together. And then using my hands to push my chest up and my head comes after. Really, really slow. We always move it slow when we don't feel good. And then we're going to go to our next pose. In our next pose, we are not going to need the chair. We are going to need it again, so have it handy. Just keep it somewhere not too far. I'm just going to leave it here for now. Okay, so now we're going to come in our knees. And you're going to just take the toes, the big toes to touching, the knees wide apart, almost like we're coming into a child's pose, where we're going to bring some support for our torso. So for me, I think I'm going to use the bolster and one of my blankets. You can always use any pillows, anything, the pillows that you use for sleep, any pillow. And then you will push it the closest possible to your abdomen area. And then we're going just to lay it forward, nice and slowly. And again, if we feel that our head hurts like this, we can always put the hands under the head or put more support. And then just relax, sinking into the bolster. Just find the way where you feel more comfortable. And again, keeping this pose for 3 to 5 minutes. Just allowing the body to relax, always focusing in the breathing, just paying attention to the sound that the air does when it comes into your lungs and goes out. And that will help you to just focus in the breathing and relax. A lot of headaches come from tension. And then to come out of this pose, we slowly use the hands and push back, bringing the weight of the body towards the heels and removing the props. And then we just come out. We can sit, take a moment if we need, or just go to our next pose. The next pose, we're going to use the chair again. So we bring the chair, we're going to bring it and place it always in the mat. I mean, all depends if you have to move the chair around. I like using the mat because it helps the chair to stay in one place. But like I said, depends what I'm doing. So in this case, either way, you just find what you feel more comfortable with. So sitting in Dandasana, but bringing one leg in. So my right ankle, my right heel, it's against my left thigh. And then we got again some support for the chair. And we just extend forward and lay down. Always, like I said, always you can use your arms. So we are doing a pose, we are doing a yoga pose. Removing the blood around the body, getting the blood flowing, which stretching, even when we are sick, it's important. It's always the best for the body is to keep moving, even if it's a little bit and slowly. So this is another pose that is really helpful. Just take the shoulders away from the ears. You can switch arm, just have one and then the other one under. You can turn the head to the other side. Maybe do 1 minute one side and then the other minute the other side. And we keep, if we possibly, if we can, we continue trying to work the legs. So keeping the left toes up, engaging the left quads. And again, if we need support for anything like the knees, always we can place something under the knee, even a blanket. You can always use all the supports you need to feel good, especially when you are not feeling well. And then we switch legs, so we come out, we can move the chair and switch legs. So extending the right leg, bringing in the left, placing the sole of the left foot, the foot against the right inner thigh, and then bring the chair and extend forward. You can always create more. So you will find where you are more comfortable for your head. So use what you have in your home to help you. So you can do all these ways, whatever feels better. Sometimes pressuring in the forehead really helps for pain. Everybody knows their body better, so you do what works better for you. And again, being about 3 to 5 minutes. And always closing your eyes if that feels good. And then slowly coming out, we just remove the chair, and we just take our feet out. And we are not going to need this chair just for a moment. We're going to move it. I know it's a lot of movement, a lot of props, but we need that restorative kind of exercises, especially when we don't feel good. And I'm going faster than what I will go if I will really having a terrible headache. Now we are just staying in the poses, just 30 seconds to a minute, so you can see them. And practice them too. You may practice them just for a shorter time. It's up to you. That's what I'm trying to say. And then the next one, we're going to take the legs wide apart with the toes pointing towards the ceiling. We are sitting in our sit bones. and engaging the thigh muscles. We are going to lift, inhale, and in the exhale we are going to go forward. And again we just stretch. We can grab the blankets and bring them towards us. And if I feel still that it's not enough, I can fold my blanket like this and go. Keeping my toes up. And I can be here for a couple minutes with my head in one side. And then go towards the center and go to the other side. And again, just focusing in the breathing, inhaling in through the nose and out through the mouth. And looking for that stretch, but without effort. Not putting too much effort. That's why we use the blocks to help us. You can move your head side to side as you feel that you need. And then slowly to release. Release the arms, walk the hands towards the hips, and take a moment. We're going to practice a couple of standing poses. For this, we're going to use the chair once again. So just slowly movements, always move slowly. Grab your chair and you can bring it on towards the mat. And then grab your blankets. Depends how many you feel you need. Place them. I think I'll start with 2. You can always start with more and then just take them as you stretch a little more or you feel that you don't need that. And then you're going to walk your feet and place your top, the upper, inner feet towards the legs of the chair. And this chair is a little short for me, so I am going to using a blanket to make it taller. So depends the type of a chair you have. Because we're going to inhale and exhale, forward bend. So we use this back of the chair, the seat of the chair, to come into our hip, the crease there, and then we do a forward bend with support. Show you, I have my arms under my head. So my legs are engaged, my thigh muscles are working, the top of my shoulders are away from my ears, and truly I'm resting. And I feel like this is maybe too much for me, so I'm just removing one. Now that feels even better for me. So the legs continue working, the crown of the head is against the chair. You can also put the forehead on your arms, so that stretches more the neck. And again, you can be here 3 to 5 minutes. It really feels good. It's very relaxing. Even though you are working, you are stretching. Focusing in the breathing. And you can switch arms if you have the left one under the right one. Just remember, always do everything even. So if you use one leg first on top of the other one, you always got to do the other side, or always both sides. You're going to feel so good doing this, you know, want to go, want to leave. And we're going to come out, so always slowly, nice and easy when we move. We use the arms, keeping the less tension possible on the head. Slowly taking the head last to come up. And then remove the chair. We're going to do another pose with the chair and the wall. So facing the chair, we're going to inhale, lift the left leg up, and then turn towards the wall. Some turn, the twists are good, really good when you have headaches. And you can use anything. I always think to use anything I have. Like I'm looking at this wall, I can grab this and take myself even more towards the right. I like that. It helps me to turn even more. So see if I can look behind me. This stretch, lateral stretch in my neck, if I have a tension headache, it's really helpful. In this one, we are not going to stay 5 minutes. We stay 30 seconds to a minute and a half. Just engaging the left upper thigh, keeping the hips facing towards the front in the same direction of the toes. And then lifting the chest, top of the shoulders down, and we turn. And then slowly come back to center, and we go to the other side. So the chair, the leg that I'm lifting and taking up on top of the chair, it's the same side of the wall. So my left leg now is the closest to the wall, and that's the leg that I'm lifting. And then again, inhale and exhale, I go towards the left. So see that my hips are still pointing towards where my toes are and my knee. I'm engaging my thigh, my right thigh muscle, top of the shoulders down, lifting the chest, taking the head a little back and turning. Making the blood to flow to help my headache to go away. Again, we see how much time we work here in the other side to repeat the same time. 30 seconds to a minute and a half. It's your choice. We're doing right now about a minute and a half. And then turn a little more. Keep the right leg engaged and come back to center. And just stay in Tadasana for a moment. We're going to do a modified down dog, again with the chair and grabbing the blankets. Lots of blankets and comfort when we have a headache, always. Gotta spoil ourselves to feel better. And then we're going to come down. Since chair is really low, for me it's okay, but if you see what you have at home, and then you just go down. You can use your arms to place under your forehead and then walk your feet back just for it. Stretching the upper back, the head has support. So my forehead is on the top of the chair or my arms, and then I'm taking the weight of my body towards my heels. Taking the top of the shoulders away from the ears. The abdomen comes in. Engaging both legs. And I'm just staying here again for about a minute. But you're welcome to stay longer. If your blanket moves a lot, the blanket that is on top of the chair, you can always put another yoga mat between the blanket and the chair. That helps a lot to avoid the blanket, because my blanket is kind of moving right now. See that your feet are about hip distance apart. And if you have the arms grabbing opposite elbow, make sure that you switch. Always switching, always being even. Taking the weight of the body towards the heels. And then slowly bending the legs and coming back to center, hands into the hips and extend forward and up. We're back in the Tadasana. Going to do another twist on the chair. So just leave it the way it is. I'm going to sit with my legs in the side of the chair and making sure that I can touch the ground. Some people need support, maybe placing books or blocks, yoga blocks, to make sure that you touch the ground, because you're going to press with the feet down and have the knees parallel to each other, so they have to be even in the same line. And then we're going to use the right hand grabbing the back of the chair, and with the left hand I'm going to grab the seat of the chair to take myself towards the left. So I'm lifting my left chest and I'm looking, taking the head back and looking towards the left. So again, lifting and turning. This pose can be held for 30 seconds to a minute and a half. And you can redo the actions and go again. Really good for the digestive system and to stretch laterally the head and the neck. One more breath here. Twist a little more, lift a little more. And we'll come back to center, nice and slowly. And we do the other side. So you guys can see I'm just turning the chair. Sitting the side right now with the feet together. Big toes touching, knees together. Bringing my left hand on top of the seat of the chair, my right hand behind me. I'm going to inhale and turn towards the right. And I have to press down with the feet into the ground so I can help leverage so these knees stay parallel. And then I turn. Take the head back and turn more. And always keeping the same time that we use for one side, repeating the other side. So I am pulling towards the left with this hand, the left hand, so it helps me to turn more. And with my right hand I'm pushing in the seat of the chair, I'm pushing up and turning also. So it's like everything's working. And we come back to center. And now we're going to get the feet out the wall. So we don't need this chair anymore. We can remove the chair. We're going to come close towards the wall and see that you place some blanket or something under your hips. So I can use this yoga blanket that I have, and I'm going to take it there against the wall. You may need more. If you need more, you can use more. You can always use even a lot more. You can even use a bolster. Anything you feel you need that will make you more comfortable, but also give that a stretch. And then sitting the closest possible towards the wall. And then we're going to come down using always the hands, taking our time, sweeping the legs up. There you go. Squishing myself the closest possible. And one thing is really nice to add here, taking the shoulders under you, it's placing some kind of weight on top of your head, especially in your forehead. See, this feels really nice. Pressure in the forehead, closing the eyes, helps a lot. So we engage the thigh muscles, we take the shoulders under us. The buttocks is the closest possible to the wall. The palms are up. The heels are pressing into the wall. Close the eyes. You can place also a blanket under your head if you feel that you need that extra support under the head, and then place some weight on top. It's like you can make a nice sandwich of your head. That is so relaxing. This pose can be maintained for 5 minutes easily. You may feel that your legs start cramping or falling asleep, and then is when you are like, should be just changing positions. And just again focusing the breathing. Inhaling very deep in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just observing the abdomen raising when you're breathing and descending when you're exhaling. And when you're ready to move out of this pose, you can cross your legs against the wall. Just stay here for another 30 seconds. You can always use your hands to push your knees against the wall. That's very relaxing. But depending on your head, maybe you don't just want to work with your arms at all. So relax them there in the ground. And then you're going to switch the crossing, always even. And we stay here for another few seconds. The weight in the forehead really makes a difference. I have a sandbox that it's too heavy for my head, and I was thinking I'm going to make me one a little lighter for this exercise. Maybe a 3-pound one. And then to come out, we remove the blanket from our head. We're going to place the knees together. And we're going to roll to the side. Always taking the time that we need. And then come up to go to our last pose that you guys are going to think is very weird. So for this pose, we need again a chair. I went and go ahead and took my chair from my kitchen because it's higher, and this is what we're doing. So I grabbed this strap, it's a yoga strap, and I put the belt. You can use a belt, or you can use even a tie from husband or boyfriend or yours, and then you're going to hang it like this. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put our head here. It's so nice. So I put my chair, as you can see, on my mat. So my chair is not going anywhere. I mean, I got it pushed really hard to move it. And then I bend the legs and I go slowly. Watch your head, don't hit the chair here, see? And then slowly find the bell. Here it is. So I keep going, and then I place the bell right on top of where the tip of my ears are. So it's right below my occipital, and then I extend my legs, palms up, and I could fall asleep here. It's so relaxing. And the pressure point in the back of your head, it also helps a lot to release the headaches. And then again, just focusing in the breathing. You can relax the legs, let the feet fall towards the sides, allowing the hands to relax, the shoulders to relax. You are truly not doing anything right now. It's a Shavasana with the head in the air. And these belts are a little thin, the ones I have right now here. If you have one thicker, just make sure that you tie it really good. It's not going to trap your head down. So if you are worried about that, you can always place a blanket or something right below the head. So if something happens with the belt, it's nothing going to happen in the minute. You're not going to get hurt or anything. But you should try this, it really feels great. And then again, just focus in the breathing. You can stay here for as long as you want. But because we can stay here all night, even though I would love to stay, to come out of this pose, I am bending my legs first, and then I am lifting my head and moving the chair, and then allowing my head to go down. And take a moment there so my equilibrium knows where I am. My ears knows what happened. You know, the ears are the biggest sense of equilibrium, so they have to adjust. And then we're going to turn to the side, watch out with the legs of the chair, and come up and sit for our salutation. Crossing the legs, hands heart center. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you feel better. If you like the class, please give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And remember to click in the little bell so you will be notified when I have a new class on the channel. And you can leave comments if you have or questions in the comment section. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Thank you.